there, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kika, and today I'm going to show you 5 basic Photoshop tools. So I have been using Photoshop for around 2 or 3 years, and in the beginning it was quite frustrating to get the basics and sort of just the hang of it. But it is so worth it, because once you do have sort of just like even the basic tools, you can do any type of photo and the possibilities are limitless, and you basically don't need any other software. I know that some people like to edit their photos in like these apps that are free. There's even a Photoshop app, and that's totally cool, I think. I personally cannot do it because I find it really frustrating that you can't like get the details as good as I want. And if you really want to, you know, potentially do work for brands or for clients, I think the sort of quality that you want to have and sort of the standard you want to set, Photoshop is just better for that. And it's not that tricky. And I will show you these 5 basic tools that I use all the time, and yeah, hopefully you'll find this useful. So the way this video will work is I will edit a photo that I took a couple of days ago, and it's a photo where I will have to combine 2 different photos and make them appear as it was taken, where both of the photos like come together in a seamless way. The first tool we're going to talk about is layers. Well, it's maybe actually not a tool, but it's layers. So everything in Photoshop works basically that you put layers on top of each other. So the first step you should do is that you duplicate your background layer, because you don't want to touch that, so you always have that sort of the base to go back to if something happens along the way, you know, and suddenly you can't reverse it. So you always duplicate the first layer and you don't do anything in that background layer. Okay, I will have to put on my glasses because otherwise I cannot really see, and the sun is really in my face, so this is not the best spot, but it will have to do. The second tool or technique I'm going to show you is how to crop out something from a different photo and make it look like it is in the same photo. So we are going to talk about quick selection and then the eraser tool. These are the ones that I use definitely the most. So I'll just select the area of the photo I want to copy in, and then I will just copy that and paste it into my existing work. And then I will choose transform and scale it down to sort of roughly where I think sort of that they match like the sizes. And then next one is going to be to crop this out, so to take all this sort of background stuff away. And the way I will do this is first I will use the quick selection tool, which is this one, and then I will put the size to a little bit bigger probably, and then this will just allow me to sort of like, it will make like a quick selection, and then just by pressing delete it will take sort of away all this background stuff. And I will do this sort of as a rough like first step, go through the whole thing. And now with the quick selection tool there is something, oh, you can see here now, apparently I've taken away a little bit too much, but that's okay, we can fix that later. But now there's still like the details. I mean, this doesn't look good around the edges. So then what I usually do is the last sort of step of when you bring in another photo, just do it manually with the eraser tool. And here I usually put the hardness to like 90 or 85, depending a little bit on, but definitely not too smudgy, because you want it to be exact. And also with the quick selection tool, like sometimes it leaves these like weird marks, so I will also have to erase those and just go through it and be, try to be as exact as possible. So I wasn't happy with that. I will make it actually a little bit smaller. And one mistake I often see people do when I see like photos that are combined with many different is that the edges, they leave them a little bit like smudgy, that they're not sharp enough, and that instantly takes away from the illusion that, you know, they are actually together. So that's very, very important that you actually try to first make them quite sharp, and then obviously you have to sort of mimic reality, like how a camera would do that. So then it may be some parts where the camera would not have focused so much, it will be maybe blurrier, but then there you have to sort of really try to be mindful about the details, like where it would be more blurry and where it would be sharper, if that makes sense. Alright, so now I have erased all the background stuff from the bicycle photo, and now we need to fix a couple of things. So we are going to use the clone stamp tool, and this tool is such a good tool. You can basically fix anything with this one. So the clone stamp tool is this one. So here you can see I accidentally erased a little bit too much. So clone stamp tool, and then I will press the option key, and that will sort of select the area you're gonna stamp, basically clone stamp, and then just voila, like that, move it around, just sort of blend it together and fix it up like that. Oof, what is going on here? And the key with the clone stamp tool is to just like try to make it so it doesn't, I guess you can see it, that it's not like a pattern that repeats. So sometimes that means that you have to take a little bit bigger chunks, sometimes smaller chunks, but basically like move them around and just do enough so it doesn't look sloppy. Okay, so the next tool I want to show you is opacity. So obviously because these blood oranges slices, they're a little see-through and opaque, a little bit see-through, like a little bit sheer in reality. So here when you just like planted that photo on top of each other, obviously it won't be see-through, but to give that see-through feeling, so you can either here in the copy, you can put down opacity. So as you can see, if I put it down like that, it almost becomes invisible. So if I just put down that like slightly, but obviously I can't put it down too much because then my hands will also be a little bit sheer. So what I will do then is I will go again to the eraser tool and make it quite big, and then I will here put opacity down to maybe a 3, and then I will just like around here erase a little bit, but as you can see it doesn't make a big difference, but you can still see through a bit more, and I just think it gives that realistic feeling. Alright, so as you can see the bike doesn't quite fit, the proportions don't match, so I use the distort just to sort of distort it just slightly so it will fit exactly where my hands are and sort of that it looks like I'm on the bike. And then I did a little other trick which will make it even more fun and sort of play on this illusion. So I cropped out, like copy pasted my leg, and then again cropped it out using the eraser tool, and then I will make that into its own layer and put that on top, so just my leg on top of the bike, so then it looks like I'm actually riding the bike, so it kind of becomes like a double illusion. Alright, the next tool is going to be the burn and dodge tool. And this is such a good tool when you need to create a little bit of shadow somewhere or maybe a little bit of highlight. If I would be sitting on the bike, obviously I would cast some shadows. To use the burn tool, which is here. So here I'm going to just slightly put some shadow where my body would cast some shadow if this was a real bike and not a bike made of straws. Alright, so I am almost done with my photo. After I've done everything, I usually take it into Lightroom and do the color grading there. As you can see, like I didn't use that many different tools, and once you have these, you can do like any type of photos and combine any type of photos together. For a quick recap, so everything we did. So first of all, in Photoshop, it's all about the layers. Then to crop out your photo that you want to combine things, you can use the quick selection tool and then the eraser tool. Third one is clone stamp. So when there is something that you need to fix a little, if you have something that is maybe a little bit sheer, then just take the opacity down a little bit of that layer, or then do that with the eraser tool. And last, if you need to create some shadows or some highlights to make it again like look realistic and blend together, use the burn and the dodge tool. As you can see, this didn't take that long. It's really fun to do photos in Photoshop once you sort of get the hang of it, the basics. I would love to hear your experiences with Photoshop, or do you use any apps? What's your thoughts about it? If you'd like to see more of these type of videos, then comment below and come and hang out at Instagram. I'm over at Kika. And see you next time. I will eat now because I am so hungry and it is so sweaty up in here. Alright, bye!